The Seeker. The attractive object was lying on the shiny glass counter. It was the first item Jack's hazel eyes lit on as he came into the antique store. He put its fine gossamer through his fingers. The 5 senses. That is what she was about. But no. Nice texture, but where would she wear a veil? He stepped back, glanced at the other customers in the store. Did they know what they came in here to buy? Unlike him, for this was his 4th store today. There had to be something. He conjured up Leela as a vision in front of him. Her wavy, long, mahogany hair. Her shining, blue eyes. The way her hips swayed as she walked, and that smile that was just for him. Drawing him in, full of pride and pleasure that their nurturing relationship created in her. He was a lucky dog to have won her. With all his dating and wooing and hoping. And she had said yes. Tomorrow would be her 3rd birthday after their wedding. He could do this. He squinted his eyes and inhaled the scent of her. That flowery scent of her quick wit, exceptional sense of humor and soul-drugging sensuality. Armed with that vision, he moved further around the store. Oh. Here was an antique carousel horse. Its paint and mane and tail were still on it. Oh. She would love this. But where was there room for it in their home? His leather shoes continued to skim across the worn, wooden shop floor. A string of pearls? No. Not her. How about a beautiful, beaded purse from times of old? No. All her purses had to have shoulder straps, so at any time, she could reach out and touch him with both hands. One day, she had laughingly told him that, to put him on notice, he'd guessed. He contemplated 5 more items. No. This gift had to connect to her soul. He looked around again. Didn't see anything more worth contemplating. The park bench across the street beckoned and there, he ate his orange. Now armed with a temporary plan, he got in his car and pointed it toward the road going out into the country. He needed to clear his head. He drove across rolling hills and contemplated the beauty of the live oaks spreading their branches wide. Something was ahead of him in a wide spot in the road. Intrigued, he drove up to it. The for sale sign reflected an outrageous price. However, it was an outrageous commodity. He imagined Leela's smile becoming more intense than usual as she saw the bright colors, the gold leaf reflecting the summer sunlight, the large, wooden wheels and the delightful windows complete with elegant curtains visible from the outside. An old man in gypsy clothing was feeding his horse carrots as Jack approached. "Good afternoon, sir," Jack said. "Please tell me about your wagon." "Well, it's been in my family for 2 generations," the old man replied. "And now I am going to live with my daughter and her family in the next valley, so I am selling it." "May I see the inside?" Jack inquired. "Yes, of course. The wagon comes with everything you see in there." The old man led Jack to a carved wood door in the back of the wagon. There was a bottom half that swung out independently of its 2 top halves which functioned like saloon doors. The old man waited outside with his horse as Jack stepped inside. The entire interior of the wagon had an elegant, royal feel. Like it was welcoming someone unique into its dignified and sumptuous depths. The first thing Jack noticed was the incredibly, intricately carved wooden ceiling with gold leaf decals. A small, cast-iron cooking stove heightened the feeling of warmth inside the wagon. Jack glided his hand over a magnificently dressed bunk. He sat down on one of the built-in seats and stared at the wardrobe. He smiled as he could see Leela's china charmingly displayed inside the glass-fronted china cabinet in front of him. An oil lamp was mounted over a chest of drawers which also functioned as a table. As the sun's rays played across all the wonderful textures and shapes inside the wagon, he felt the wagon embrace the presence of Leela. Her regularly needing to be alone in an environment that reflected her. Without thinking any further, Jack got out his checkbook and wrote a check for the full amount and a little bit more. "Can you deliver it to this address tomorrow morning?" Jack inquired. "Yes, I sure can," answered the old man. Jack began to walk away and then said, "Oh, wait just a moment." Jack went to his car and drew out a notepad, wrote something down on it and ripped off the top sheet and placed it on one of the welcoming bunks. "For your gypsy soul and all my love, Jack."